SpongeBob always smiled, even when he was alone. No one knew that his smile was just a mask, painted bright yellow to hide the cracks. His friends, his laughter, all seemed so real. But in the quiet of the night, he would stare at the wall and remember that in the deep ocean, no one can hear you cry. Plankton never wanted power, he only wanted a friend. Each day he watched SpongeBob smile while he stood alone in the cold. One night, it hit him. He wasn't the villain, he was simply forgotten.
Squidward never hated music. He hated the silence after it ended. Every note he played was swallowed by the ocean, leaving him alone with the echoes. And sometimes, late at night, he wondered if anyone ever truly heard him, or if he'd been playing for an empty ocean all along. Everyone thought Patrick's rock was just a rock, but no one asked where it came from. Long ago, it belonged to Tony, a quiet turtle who lived under the sea. One night, Tony vanished, and his home was never seen again. Now, Patrick sleeps there, and sometimes if you listen closely, you can still hear Tony's voice calling from beneath the stone. Mr. Krabs wasn't always the greedy crab you know. Once, he loved. He married a whale, a gentle soul who gave his empty life meaning. But other crabs didn't approve. They hunted her down and left Krabs with nothing but rage. So he built a restaurant, a shrine to his vengeance. Every Krabby Patty isn't just a burger. It's revenge, served fresh. Sandy didn't come for science. She came to control Bikini Bottom. Her mission? Experiment on sea creatures, turn them into slaves. But then, SpongeBob's laugh, Patrick's innocence, friendship, it broke her. The predator became the protector. Now, inside her glass dome, Sandy hides the truth. She came to enslave the ocean, but instead, she chose to save it. Mr. Krabs wasn't always the greedy restaurant owner you know. He once served in the Navy, and his obsession was hunting. But the truth Pearl never knew is that her mother didn't vanish. She was taken by him. And when another crab witnessed it, he became the next victim. So now the question is Pearl destined to be his final catch? Gary never meowed at night. At least, that's what SpongeBob believed. But the neighbors heard it. A low, distorted sound crawling through the walls. Some say Gary watches while SpongeBob sleeps, his eyes glowing faintly, tracking every breath, every dream. They thought he was just a snail. But something ancient hides in that shell. Something waiting for SpongeBob to forget again. Everyone thinks the chum bucket is empty, just because Plankton's food is disgusting. But the truth is far darker. Deep in the basement, there's a locked door. From behind it comes a sound, like a heartbeat but massive. Plankton says it's just a freezer. But no one has ever seen inside, and those who tried never came back. Karen, the computer, always watching, always controlling. Maybe Plankton was just her puppet all along. Mr. Krabs clutches his coins like they are pieces of his soul, while Plankton whispers revenge into the shadows of the sea. One hides his darkness with the mask of success. The other wears his failure like a weapon. They pretend to be enemies, but in truth, they mirror each other's sins, greed, obsession, control. This is not a story of good and evil. It's the tale of two shadows, fighting only to prove which darkness is deeper. Sandy gave up everything to live in the deep. She thought SpongeBob would fill the silence, but he never did. Her smiles were forced, her laughter hollow. Behind the glass dome, she waits, watching him chase jellyfish, laugh with friends, while her own feelings rot inside. Unanswered love doesn't disappear. It festers. It twists. And in the dark corners of her mind, Sandy begins to wonder if SpongeBob should suffer, the same way she has suffered all along. They call him the Flying Dutchman. But he wasn't always a ghost. Once, he was a sailor who vanished in the darkest depths of the ocean. His greed dragged him beneath the waves, and his soul was cursed to wander forever. Now, his laughter hides a chilling truth. He's searching for new souls to share his fate. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, heroes or something darker? Long before they became symbols of justice, whispers spread of an accident, one that gave them their powers. Some say it wasn't an accident at all, but a failed experiment hidden deep under the sea. Their friendship? Built on guilt. Their battles? Distractions from the truth. The real question isn't who they saved, it's who they sacrificed. What if Mrs. Puff's fear of boating school isn't just about SpongeBob's driving? Every time she closes her eyes, she relives the crash, the screams, the sinking car, the faces she can't forget. No matter how far she runs, the nightmare follows. And SpongeBob? He's just the trigger that drags her back, again and again, into the same drowning nightmare.
To